from Egypt, and TM Omar Mahir from Iraq. The platform is yours, DTM Alka Kumra.
Thank you, our Master of Ceremonies, for that very warm introduction. Good afternoon to our District Director, District PQD, District CGD, HAKA, all admin manager and all the area division leaders, club leaders, and most of all, the members present today. Open House, as you know, is an event that is conducted to get new members. Now, why do we need members? Why do we need members? Can anyone tell?
May I?
Yes, please.
Well, the club needs to survive, and the club cannot survive unless we have members. We cannot have a club unless we have members. And we cannot learn unless we have members. So we cannot grow, be interactive, and cannot learn skills unless we are in one community.
Wonderful. I would like to take your second and third sentence rather than the first. Survive is a last resort. I would say a club would not be there unless we start with membership. First, we have a member and then we join a club, right? The club is made up of members. If we look at our pyramid of Toastmasters, it's an inverted pyramid where member is at the top rather than the CEO or president of Toastmasters International being at the top, because they are the leaders, yet they are for the service to members. So member is at the top of the pyramid in Toastmasters International. And that is why we need new members. We need members. Now, why do we need new members? That is where I would take your first sentence, Toastmaster Mohammed Amin. Yes, a club needs to survive. Without the club, a member also has no learning place. Club is the place where a member practices. That's the ground where we practice, we make mistakes, we learn, and we grow. So that's why a club needs members to survive. And as is the attrition in life itself, members go, their priorities change, they leave. And that is when we need new members. So there are several ways we can get new members, and I would like to congratulate our CGD for this initiative in the first workshop of the term to start with this membership building kit. You heard about the Speechcraft. Speechcraft is organized at the club level, and it helps in getting new members to a club or to organize a new club. Same way, we have several other ways to get new members, like demo meetings. Demo meetings are again for a new club. Now, an open house helps us in getting new members to an existing club. And let me share my screen. So it helps us in getting members to our existing clubs. And if we get a lot of members, we can even start a new club with that. So that's the basic purpose of an open house. It basically has a much larger audience than a Speechcraft or a demo meeting. So what basically is an open house? Like a Speechcraft or a demo meeting, it's a Toastmasters meeting or an event where prospective members are invited. And where we as members, the existing members, the club members or the area members or the division members, they showcase the benefits by demonstrating the skills that we have learned from Toastmasters. Once we demonstrate, seeing is believing, right? That is what they say, seeing is believing. So when we showcase, we demonstrate those benefits coming to us, the prospective members are inspired to join, motivated to join. Different from a speechcraft or a demo meeting, an open house will usually have guest speakers, a keynote speaker, or some different program we might have within the event. So usually we have 1 or 2 guest speakers who will talk about not only Toastmasters, they may talk about several other benefits that come out of public speaking, taking up leadership, how effective listening can be developed, and similar kind of topics the speakers speak on. And of course, the goal is to attract a large number of guests. And the most important thing, it might have food. Food attracts people, right? So here, unlike a demo meeting or a speechcraft where we may or may not have food, but an open house will definitely have some food. Why I'm telling this is for the clubs or areas or the members who want to organize an open house, they know what all they would need to organize. Now, as we said, the goal is to attract new members. But when we conduct the open house, what are we getting at? First is we are propagating Toastmasters to our community. We are raising our club's profile, not only one club. If it is done at area level, then all the clubs in the area, we are raising their profile. We are informing the public or the community or our audience about the clubs that exist and what is their distinctive feature. We are also encouraging the guests to take active part in that particular meeting, that particular open house. And we are aiming at having maximum participation of the audience. How do we do that? By inviting them for the table topics. And there are other ways as well, which I'll be coming to a little later. So the main aim is to put up a show by which the member or the audience, the attendees are inspired to join Toastmasters. Now, who can organize an open house? So unlike speechcraft that can be organized by a club, here this can be organized by club or an area on behalf of all the clubs, a division, or even district. Because the main aim here is to get membership, irrespective of whether that member is going to join one particular club or different clubs. Now, when we start to organize an open house, the first thing is to know your audience. Whether we are going to a corporate, whether we have invited people from corporate guests, whether we have invited community guests, whether we have invited from a school, whether we have invited professionals, teachers, students, parents. So according to our audience, we need to organize the open house by picking up a team accordingly. For example, if it's a corporate club, within our team, the keynote speaker we may choose a speaker who will talk about how it can help in job interviews, how joining Toastmasters can help in improving your presentation to the board of directors. So that is why it's important to know the audience and then pick your team. You will need a lot of people to organize an open house. Yes, it can be organized by 4 people also, but the more, the better it is, because then you can have a real distribution of the workload and it can be done more efficiently. So you should have an organizing committee, logistics committee, public relations, registration, food, refreshment, sergeant at arms, and representatives for the clubs. If you're having it at the area level or division level or district level, you will get a few representatives from all the clubs who can they may even be invited to the podium to talk about their club, or at least talk to the audience during the break and network with them. So you need good representatives from the clubs. And believe me, a good marketing team is very important, because a good marketing will get you the larger number of audience that we are aiming for in an open house. Now, what we need to do as far as keynote speakers are concerned, we need to get the support of a presenter who is very good, who can really showcase the benefits that the particular topic that he's going to talk about, that is going to bring to the audience. So he will not only educate the audience, but also raise awareness about Toastmasters. There is a Toastmasters International presentation, Find Your Voice. That is the presentation that should be done at any open house by a seasoned Toastmaster, because that gives basically the information about Toastmasters. What is Toastmasters? And then the other workshops, like I mentioned before, can be about effective evaluation, listening, impromptu speaking, leadership, how these things benefit a person, not only at workplace, but also in the community. So we need to get good presenters. The next thing is other role players. Also, we need to have good role players who will be able to showcase the Toastmasters benefits in a good way. So who are the role players that we need? Like a typical Toastmasters meeting, we need a speaker, we need an evaluator, we need a table topics master, table topics speaker, timer, grammarian, counter, general evaluator, Toastmaster of the day. And we need to have a sergeant at arms and president. So we just need to have someone play that role. Doesn't have to be from a specific club. And of course, workshop presenters and guest speakers will be there. What would be the meeting components? Of course, these will go as per the normal meetings that we have. There will be a prepared speech session, there will be a table topic session, there will be an evaluation session. But what we can do differently here, we can add some testimonials about Toastmasters. For example, a new member who joined a year back, we can ask him to speak for a minute, saying how Toastmasters has benefited him. Or we can have a seasoned speaker also speak about how Toastmasters has benefited him, his family, his children, whatever. Then a prepared speech and evaluation has to be there. This is another way we can interact or get the audience to interact during the open house. We can involve them in the evaluation. After the normal evaluation, the evaluator can ask the audience, out of the audience, if anybody would like to add to it, if they like the speech, what they would have liked to see more in the speech. So that way we give a chance, an opportunity to the audience to interact during the open house. And then of course, table topic session, if we make it more generic, more interesting, rather than very difficult ones, let us have simple ones and follow the technique that Toastmasters has suggested or recommended, that give the topic first and then call or ask the audience to volunteer to come and speak about it, rather than asking them to come first and then giving them on the spot, very on the spot topic. That sometimes puts people off. And of course, the workshops need to be inspiring enough. How do we make it a success? Yes, these are the essentials. First, the planning part is very, very important. Toastmasters International recommends we start planning for for an open house at least 40 days before the event. Because a lot of planning, a good planner will definitely make it a successful event. Marketing is equally important. We need to market the event very well through social media, through the other channels, emails, getting those um, bulk emails, and whatever. We can get an influencer to talk about it. So marketing has to be very important. It's very important. And the last part is execution, of course. If possible, we get some sponsorships, prepare the venue very well, arrange an engaging meeting, and showcase the benefits of Toastmasters in a way that will be really inspiring and motivating to the audiences. Now we have done the event, or we are going to do the event. We have planned everything. The event is going to be there. What is our plan for converting the guest to member? We have to keep our membership forms ready at the event so that we can distribute it to the audience. And if they feel like they would fill it up then and there. There have been events where on the spot people have registered as members. Follow up after a few days. A press release should be there, which should be sent by email to or by WhatsApp or whatever to all the attendees because they have registered. We have their emails with us. It should be on the social media, and the social media accounts, I think all clubs, most of the clubs have. If they don't have, Instagram is a great tool, great way to publicize the event before and after the event as well. Now comes the crucial part of why I should be doing an open house. As a member, what is in it for me? Okay, my club needs members. Yes, okay, but why should I be doing it? Yes, of course, you can become a sponsor to new members. That's an opportunity. Since you have been crucial in getting those new members who are joining after attending your open house, you have the opportunity to sponsor those new members. It can be your DTM project, it can be your HPL project if you like. CGD office has a lot of awards that you might get. For area and division, there is an incentive also in terms of some amount being given to organize this open house. But for members who are coordinators and clubs who do it, there are awards that come from the CGD office. And of course, it's an important achievement for whoever is organizing it. These are some of the useful resources that are there. I'll be sharing these with the CGD office, and CGD can send it to all the clubs. These are the useful resources that can be used to organize an open house. We have been having several open houses from numerous years in Bahrain and Kuwait. Egypt and Iraq are comparatively new. We two Toastmasters, and they have had smaller number of open houses. But we can, I'm sharing a few exemplary ideas where the open houses have been conducted. So these examples will give you an idea about the venues, what venues you can choose, will give you about the kind of audience you can get. Now, in Bahrain, one open house was conducted by a club in a residential apartment party hall. It was conducted for members as well as, of course, non-Toastmasters were there. And the achievement of the open house was that 5 attendees registered as Toastmasters on the spot and 2 became members later. So a club getting 7 members by an event is a big achievement. This was the event that we are talking about at a residential apartment. So you can see how in a party hall it was conducted, and one of the well-known Toastmasters was a keynote speaker. Then there was a joint area speech contest, which was also marketed as an open house. The venue was a university, and it was conducted by 2 areas. There were more than 40 attendees. So this is how these events can be publicized. Even a simple speech contest can be publicized as an open house, and you can invite non-Toastmasters there who will be inspired to join Toastmasters, seeing the contests. These are some of the pictures of some other open houses in Bahrain. Coming to Kuwait. A district level seminar was held at Gulf University of Science and Technology, where there were 250 plus attendees. And around 24 or 25 people registered on the spot. And several joined later. They all joined different clubs, but it was conducted for mainly the students and teachers of Gulf University and several other universities also, who came to that venue to attend the event. These are some of the pictures. Another event, speaker to trainer, was conducted by a club recently in a hotel, and non-Toastmasters were invited as well. So there were nearly 40 attendees, and again, it was publicized as an open house as well. So these are the ways you can conduct an open house. These are the pictures of the event. These are some of the other events that were held, open houses that were held, virtual open houses by clubs, physical open houses by clubs, areas, divisions, district. So there is no end to your imagination and creativity to see how and where these open houses can be held. I'm sure in the next workshops or next terms, we will have even such pictures and such ideas to share from Egypt and Iraq as well. Now, let me end my presentation here with a quote from the founder of Toastmasters in this 100th year of Toastmasters. Ours is the only organization I know that is dedicated to the individual. We work together to bring out the best in each of us, and then we apply these skills to help others. And nothing is a greater example for this than an open house, where we showcase our skills. Thank you for listening to this. Now I would like to invite 4 presenters from 4 different countries of our district: Bahrain, Kuwait, Egypt, and Iraq, who will be showcasing one example from their country of an open house that they conducted. Let me first of all invite our first presenter, DTM Mohammed Shukri. I'm sure he knows he needs no introduction. We all know him. He is an accredited speaker. He has done several workshops at various places. I remember there was one open house in Kuwait where the world champion Ramona Smith had come, and he was one of the keynote speakers there. And I was really impressed. That was my first time I saw him in action, and I was really impressed. He is the founder and CEO of Y-Access Training Solutions. Let us invite him with a big round of applause to the podium. DTM Shukri, the podium is all yours.
Thank you very much, DTM Kumra, and especially for that beautiful introduction. First of all, I want to apologize. I'm not behind the laptop, and I'm out with the family because I forgot to to make that arrangement. Anyway, I remember in 2006 when I was a finalist in Washington, D.C., my coach did something unexpected to me. He saw that I am nervous. I am taken by the fact that I'm speaking for the first time from the first attempt in the top 10 finals. So he saw me panicking. So he said, Mohammed, I want you to speak outside. I said, where outside? He said, outside in the DuPont circle. You know, it's a very busy circle in Washington. And he said, you speak there. I said, no way. People are passing by with their dogs and they will watch me. He said, you speak here. And I forced me to speak there. And then he forced me to speak and rehearse, in food courts in Washington. So the idea was, if you're afraid of the hills, go to the mountains. Then the hills will be nothing for you. Exactly 12 years later, I founded the Y-Access Toastmasters Club. After my training company, I also opened the Y-Access Toastmasters Club for adults and for gavels. And in the first year, I discovered they have a lot of doubt, self-doubt. They were doing well, but they have self-doubt. So it happened that SAR Mall, it's one of the malls in the suburb. I've done a training for their vocational students. And they said, in exchange, other than the payment, and in addition to the payment, would you like to use any of our facilities? And now they have in the middle of the mall a place for galleries, exhibitions. People use them for showcasing stuff, etc. I said I want it for our Toastmaster Club. And this is where I am, me and my team, preparing. This is the hall. And the idea was this. I told my members, let's speak outside. We always bring guests and show them what do we do inside. And what is our message to guests? Hey, come and visit our club inside a closed room behind four walls to see what you can do outside. It's a bit weird. I said, well, let's go outside and show the Toastmasters, the guests and the public, what we can do outside. We did that also with another bird. We wanted to hit another bird, which is the members of the club, they should go to the mountains and speak somewhere they couldn't imagine they can speak, where passers-by and shoppers come and go. And they accepted. One day for the Gavels Club on Friday, you can see their picture, and the other day was for the Adults Club. The best part was that the whole event was managed, organized, and arranged and controlled by the Gaveliers, which this lady is one of the young ladies, one of them. They actually took care of us. We made them lead the way and plan and everything. So it was a very memorable open house, but in a different definition. This is now almost a doctor becoming a doctor. This is Maram Al-Alawi. She was a Gavalier back then, and she said that it was because of this club that I am who I am today as a aspiring doctor. I agree totally with my actually previous speaker, DTM Kumra, where he said, seeing is believing. This is the Adults Club, second day. Seeing is believing. And this is what we wanted to do. We will come outside. We Toastmasters, we say we can speak everywhere. Okay, show me, prove it, no? So that's what we did. I still remember the boy, the salesman, a young salesman in the Skechers shop next to us, watching us from afar. He wanted to come, and I told him, come, we have a table topic. What's the table topic? Come. He said, I want to answer. So that was the concept of going out. I can't remember how many people we got, but I know for sure we got the district's PR award for that month, which we didn't actually aim. But as he said, Mr. Kumra, we can be innovative. We can bring new ideas of what an open house is. For example, can we as Toastmasters go and serve society as Toastmasters? Can we go to schools and tell them, let us help you with arranging the event. We know how to do it. Let us help some companies in emceeing events. Let us go and clean the beaches as Toastmasters Club. I know there are so many of clubs doing so many good things. But the point is, an open club in this concept is to be out there and show them who we are and what we can do. This is all from my side, and I want to thank you for inviting me. And again, I'm sorry to have broadcasting this from my car. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you, DTM Shukri. That was a wonderful experience that you have shared with all of us. Very innovative ideas. I'm sure our audience has got some idea now from here to conduct an open house. It's a presenter from Kuwait who has also been involved in several open houses. He has conducted an open house at club level where we saw tall tales table topics being conducted as part of it. He has been a part of area open house and a division online open house as well. So let me invite DTM Kapil Kumra to the podium. He has been with Toastmasters for the last 10 years. He has been an area director and he has taken up all roles in the club ExCom. He is currently a member of Open Mic Toastmasters Club. He's a banker by profession, works with NBK as Deputy General Manager. DTM Kapil, the podium is all yours.
Thank you so much, DTM Kumra and the workshop presenter. Let me also acknowledge the presence of the district dignitaries. Friends, today I'm going to talk to you about my experience in conducting the open houses. So I'll tell you what happened when I became the area director of Area 28. I had a mix of clubs under my area. There were English clubs and Arabic clubs. And as expected, at that time, the membership was going down. So let me share my screen and say what we did for the open house. So we had this challenge of building the membership, and we decided to meet in the area council and decided to do something about it. And the first thing, as DTM Alka has been saying, is to go for, just a second, let me. To plan our open house. So as Winston Churchill has said, that those who plan do better than those who do not plan, even though they really stick to the plan. So we got to go together in the area council and decided to plan an open house. I was lucky to have a very encouraging and motivating team in the area. And we decided to meet some experienced Toastmasters to get their views on how to do an open house. The feedback I got, do something innovative. Everybody does an open house. Everybody showcase Toastmaster meeting. Nobody understands Toastmasters. Do something different. You want to get audience, do something different. What should I do? What should we do? How to get people? We have both English clubs, Arabic clubs. What should we do? Well, we came up with a very innovative idea of doing a public speaking seminar, public speaking training. Now, was it successful? Did anyone come to attend this public speaking training? What happened? Let me share the experience. So after discussing with so many Toastmasters, we decided to plan a public speaking seminar. How many sessions? What is important to convey our views? And we decided to focus more on the visuals than on telling about Toastmasters.
DTM Kapil, sorry to interrupt. You can do the slideshow so that it will be visible. The entire screen will be visible.
Yeah.
The slideshow on top. Next to animations. Yeah, the next one. Slideshow.
Somehow. Just a second then.
You can also click at the bottom. You can see that line, the icon next to that straight line. It says slideshow. Just click on that. Yes.
Thank you, DTM Rohina. So first step was understand our audience, who's going to be our audience for this open house, for this public speaking seminar, and get our facts straight with 5 W's. What are the 5 W's? Who, what, when, where, why. Number 3, be more specific about what you're going to do to actually show it, and then follow up with the audience. So we decided to focus on the young students because our experience told us that the young students, young college youngsters, they are more interested in public speaking than perhaps oldies or senior people. The younger generation can be easily influenced, and they're more likely to join and improve their public speaking skills. So we focused on the college university students and decided to go to American University of Kuwait. We decided to show by life experience what public speaking can do for them. We put different type of posters much in advance in American University of Kuwait. The event was held on 27th of September 2019, and we started preparing more than a month in advance. And posters were displayed all over the university. We did take a press release also in the newspaper, and also encourage the people we knew who were not in the university also to come and attend. Many professionals, many senior people were invited. We focused on who, that is the university students primarily, what, a training session, where, in American University of Kuwait, when, on September 27th, why, to convey the benefits of public speaking. And what did we have in the agenda? It was not a simple showcase of our traditional meeting. We had one segment for the English speaking and one segment for the Arabic speaking Toastmasters. In the English speaking Toastmasters session, we had a first session about what is Toastmaster, which was done by none other than DTM Aluka. How to speak so others will listen, prominent Toastmaster DTM Sandra, which she involved, had a speaker and evaluation. We could showcase how good, excellent speakers can speak, how evaluation can be done, and another workshop on how to put humor in your speech by our district champion, Toastmaster Abdullah Al-Sadi. In the Arabic segment, we had a workshop and presentation on Find Your Voice by DTM Mohammed Makloof, which had a speech and evaluation. What happened after that? We had a lot of fun. We had a raffle draw. And we had an excellent auditorium. If you have visited American University of Kuwait, it's a very large auditorium. And all the clubs had their stands at the back, and the hall, was it empty or full? Well, it was all full. There were more than 100 people who came and attended. We were able to engage them with our visual messages, with showcasing our speeches, and calling it a public speaking training, public speaking seminar, not an open house, a public speaking seminar in American University of Kuwait, which related more with the audience. We followed on seeing is believing. If you see, you find out how you can speak, what benefits you can get. And we followed up with attendees, with a list. We had a list. About 40 people showed interest in the Toastmasters, and we could convert, I think about 7 people we could convert as members in the area. So friends, what was our learning? The learning was that planning is essential. We need to plan much in advance. Teamwork will always work, and we should follow up. We should follow up on all the people who are attending, and only then can we convert them. I remember we didn't have many people who joined that very day, but afterwards we could manage to get some of them as our members. So friends, I would like to end this story by saying that be open to new ideas, be open to innovation. And if we are open to new ideas, perhaps we can come up with something different and achieve success. Over to you, workshop presenter, DTM Alka Kumra.
Thank you, DTM Kapil Kumra. Wonderful presentation, and I'm sure our audience got some ideas out of your presentation. Let me now call upon our third presenter from Egypt, Toastmaster Omar. Toastmaster Soha. Toastmaster Soha from Egypt, sorry. Toastmaster Soha Kotb. She is one of the charter members of Giza Toastmasters Club, and currently she is the VP Education. She is also the immediate past president. She is also currently the Area 25 director. On a professional level, she is a hospital pharmacy manager, also the co-regional director, certified course instructor, and certified coach on the Mahir program. She's helping other people who are challenged with a stammer. Wonderful service that you are doing, Toastmaster Soha. She will be sharing her experience of an open house that she conducted as part of Division G. Let me now invite her with a big round of applause to the podium. Toastmaster Soha, the podium is all yours.
Good afternoon, and thank you so much, DTM Alka. First, I'd like to recognize the presence of our District 20 leaders and my fellow Toastmasters. Good afternoon. My name is Soha Kotb, and I'll be presenting the open house we conducted in Division G last October 2023. Back then, when DTM Dalyadib was Division G Director and I was Assistant Division Director Program Quality, she noticed that 3 clubs were having low membership. These clubs were Alexandria, Open Mic, and Tessel Toastmasters clubs. So she just suggested that we conduct an open house. We started by having an organizing committee consisting of Division G Director, DTM Dalyadib, myself, as event chair, and head of PR was Toastmaster Alex Sethi. We also reached out for the support, guidance, and advice of experienced Toastmasters figures in District 20. We then met and discussed all details. We agreed on the date and time. For the location, since we were aiming for 3 clubs in 2 different countries, we agreed that it'll be best to conduct an online open house. So I'm sorry, there wasn't any food served. For the event format, we agreed to have a Toastmasters workshop, followed by a demo Toastmasters club meeting consisting of prepared speech, table topics, speech evaluation, and we ended the event with an educational workshop, we decided to invite a guest speaker from outside Toastmasters to add a different flavor to the meeting and benefit from her high number of followers, introducing them to the world of Toastmasters. Next, we pulled together a team of meeting role players. Since the open house was aimed to serve 3 clubs, we decided to have members from the 3 clubs participating in the meeting roles. We designed the agenda to have the open house run for 1.5 hours. When it came to public relations and marketing, Toastmaster Alex Seppi, with the help of District 20 PR team, designed very professional posters, which we shared on all WhatsApp groups on the club level, all the way to the district level, social media platforms of all 3 Toastmaster clubs. Also, members in the 3 clubs shared the posters and advertised the open house at their workplaces, as we were targeting colleagues from workplaces. We also made use of the high number of followers of the guest speaker, as she shared the posters and advertised the open house on her social media pages. This was another group of audience we were also targeting to introduce to the world of Toastmasters. The open house started with a Toastmasters workshop with the title Speak Up and Stand Out, where DTM Hazim Ibrahim gave an introduction about Toastmasters and the benefits behind becoming a member. Next, we had a demo Toastmaster Club meeting where DTM Kapil Kumra delivered a very humorous prepared speech. Then DTM Ola Rashid delivered a very constructive evaluation speech later on. The open house also included a table topic segment conducted by Toastmaster Shuaib Hita, where DTM Nisreen Izzat delivered the first table topic speech as a demo to the guests, after which guests were enthusiastic to participate. Last but not least, we had the educational workshop presented by Dr. Ghada Salah Gum'a, a certified business etiquette and protocol consultant. The workshop was titled Business Etiquette, Rocking the Global Edge of Competition for Professional Bureaus. The workshop was very informative and beneficial to all participants, as it included useful professional tips. Throughout the open house, we had an overall of 40 to 50 participants. We were also honored to have the immediate past trail to witness this successful event. We opened a channel of communication by sharing an attendance Google form in the chat box to collect the contact details of the participants and know which Toastmaster club they are interested in. We also shared the contact details of the VPM of the 3 clubs so the guests could reach out to them and get all information they need about the club they are interested in. Finally, the organizing committee had a reflection meeting to discuss what went well, what could improve for next time, and what we have learned from this event. It was a great learning experience for all of us. Thank you.
Moving on, let me now call upon our 4th presenter from Iraq. Toastmaster Omar Mahir. He's from Baghdad Toastmasters Club. He's the ex-president and ex-VP membership of the club. Currently, he's serving as immediate past president. Professionally, he's working as a business analytics manager. And he has been involved in several open houses, conducting several open houses. Let us invite, with a big round of applause, Toastmaster Omar to the podium. Toastmaster Omar, the podium is all yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmasters Alka. Let me just share my screen. Okay, so hello, everyone. Good evening. Oh, yeah, good evening, I believe. This is Omar Mahir. This is Baghdad Toastmasters immediate past president. I served as the club's vice president of membership. I served as the club president as well in the last term. And today I'm going to speak about open houses, which we did a lot of them, I would say, and the last couple of years in Baghdad especially, and I think it's a great, just like everyone said, I just don't want to repeat what everyone said. I believe it's an amazing opportunity to, first of all, let people know what Toastmasters is, because you wouldn't believe the amount of people who know Toastmasters but have the wrong idea of, an extreme wrong idea of what Toastmasters is. Most people believe it's somewhere to learn English, which is absolutely not, right? So I would say it's very important for awareness and letting people know what Toastmasters is. And of course, it's important to bring in new members. I'm going to speak, by the end of this session, I'm going to speak about two different open houses that we conducted. Why one of them, I believe they're two different, I would say, open houses for the two purposes that I mentioned in the beginning. So it's gaining members and awareness. But first, let me talk about an agenda. I want to talk about this because it's general, and I believe these are our learnings from all the open houses we made. I believe the agenda should be, first of all, audience focused. This means that you do not want to bore the audience, right? You want this to be concise, to the point, and just make sure they have fun, they learn what Toastmasters is, and hopefully they walk out with something new, with some new knowledge, I would say, right? So we always make sure that we have 2 speakers, preferably 3 max if we want to do something. We focus on audience engagement. That means the table topics, we make sure that this part is fun, that guests are actually participating in this and they're encouraged to participate in this. And we have something also called what we call the Riddler role, which we use in the open houses, which is basically the Toastmaster of the evening encourages everyone, including the members, especially the guests, to listen very well to every word that is being said on the stage. And then at the end of the meeting, we have someone called the Riddler who will ask 5 questions, preferably, and we do it through a software, so it's very interacting and very interacting and fun. Actually, it's just like a game, but he asks like a quiz, right? 5 questions taken out of the context of the session. So it's probably a question about something that speaker one mentioned, or speaker 2, or some on the table topics. This way we encourage listening to those speakers, and we usually give an award at the end as well. We also make sure that we have a Q&A, right? So a lot of people have questions about Toastmasters at the end. The theme should be relevant to where you're going. If you're going to, if your audience is let's say doctors or people from the medical field, you have to make sure that you somehow combine both worlds. You somehow combine the medical field with how Toastmasters is useful. Sorry, can you go back? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so the audience should relate to your theme, and the theme must be connected with Toastmasters' value proposition. That is communication, leadership, and public speaking. Total meeting time, that's debatable. By the way, these are all debatable, but this is what I believe is the best setup based on what we experienced. We believe that total time should be somewhere between 1.5 to 2 hours max. Again, to make sure that we don't bore anyone. We usually have the general evaluator evaluates the speakers in the session briefly to show them the importance of evaluation, but at the same time, we don't bore them with the evaluations, and we usually just keep the timer. For us, also, the TMOE must be experienced. Why? Because you should think of this, yes, you should give opportunity to all members, but you should also think of this is a place to market your club. So you must show your club in the best way possible. That's why the TMOE is the most important role in my idea in these open house sessions, because he's going to be the one who's driving the session, who's giving motivation, enthusiasm to everyone there. So he must be someone experienced. And by experience, I don't mean he has 30 years of experience. I just mean he have done this before and he knows how to make the audience, let's say, engaged. Can you move to the next? Yeah. For speakers, usually they're members. We don't invite guest speakers for 2 reasons. First of all, we want to give opportunity to the members to speak to different audience, new audience, and we want to showcase those members to the audience and tell them that what we usually do is that we have a senior speaker and then someone who's been, I don't know, a year in the club, and then someone totally new, because we believe this tells a story. This shows the audience that these are the stages that you can go through in Toastmasters. And speakers are usually encouraged to address the theme that we're talking about. Next slide, please. Okay, now let's get into the two examples I mentioned. So we have example one, which is a Ramadan meetup. This is something we actually do in every year, but I'm gonna bring up the 2023 Ramadan meetup. We did this at the station. The station defines itself as a nonprofit organization that has anything to do with entrepreneurship. So it's a co-working space. It provides courses. It provides, let's say, startup incubators. So all the young people who are interested in business, who want to improve themselves, who want to start a business or something, they go there. They know this place. So we decided that we're gonna go there, right? And we were targeting around 100, I would say, attendees, and that's mixed between guests and members. We did this in April. It was in Ramadan again. We actually managed to get 70 to 80, only 3 turned to members, which I'll explain why. For marketing, we had a club social media. We basically talked about this on Instagram. We had the station social media. It's very important during a open house that you let the place that you're going to announce this, because you want to bring in their audience, not your audience. Your audience most probably knows about your club, but their audience most probably doesn't. And we also sent some invitation emails to our, let's say, database of people that previously registered to attend the sessions and the past members as well. Can you go back to the next slide? Yeah. These are the pictures. On the left, you can see that's the Q&A that we talked about. That was the president, the co-founder, me, and the president of another Toastmasters club. On the right, you can see the table topics. We made actually something like a wheel of fortune where audience can spin the wheel and then they get a random question based on that. Next question, please. Next slide. Sorry. Yeah, and this was the whole audience. Next slide. Those were the speakers. Again, we made sure that we choose a semi, let's say, experienced speaker with a totally new speaker. Next slide. Yeah. Example 2, that's not example 1, that's example 2 actually, is the Baghdad Business School, open house session. So Baghdad Business School is basically a one-year course, and we had around 30 to 40 attendees. 7 of them turned to members, okay, versus 3 turned to members in the station out of around 100 members. The marketing was through BBS internal invitation, so it was exclusive to BBS students. I believe this was better in terms of, I believe the Baghdad Business School open house was better in terms of bringing in new members, and the station was better in bringing and creating awareness about Baghdad Toastmasters. Why? Because Baghdad Business School the audience was very specific. It was people learning business. That's it, right? So we made sure that we created a theme that tells them what's next after their course, how Toastmasters can help them. The speakers were talking about business, mainly marketing and sales, so the audience can relate, right? And it was a small number, which means we could focus more on them and make sure that we turn them from leads to actual members, right? And they had the time, because there were a few of them, they had the time to interact more with the members outside of the session and learn more about Toastmasters. While in the station, the first one, it was a very big number, right? Of course, you cannot talk to 100 people. But people learned more. They had the idea. Some of them turned into members, but later, right? When we went to their places, right? To more specific places. But it was very good, again, for awareness. And that's why I believe you should think of it into, let's say, do you want your open house to be for awareness? Do you want people to know what Toastmasters is? Or do you really, really want to focus on bring in new members immediately? And that's how you design your agenda and select the place, I would say. And last slide, I think. those were the pictures from the Baghdad Business School. As you can see, way smaller audience, and that's it. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Toastmaster Omar, for sharing those two examples. I'm sure we got some tips. Yes, we need to reflect whether we want to create awareness or to get members. Yes, the basic goal is to get members, but at the same time, creating awareness of Toastmasters as well. What I take from these four presenters, first thing that I see in all of them common is aggressive marketing. Aggressive marketing is the top tip to make your open house successful. Without marketing, you plan, you create a good venue, you get the best speakers, but you don't invite the people who could be inspired to join Toastmasters after seeing that, is not going to serve the purpose. So the best thing to do is to think of aggressive marketing, and that too well in advance. Second thing that I saw in all these presenters telling is fun part. There was a raffle in DTM Kapil's open house. There was this going out of the comfort zone of the members and the roles being played by Cavaliers in DTM Shukri's open house. In Toastmasters Soha's presentation, I saw there was a presenter who was an influencer. And Toastmaster Omar, there is a Riddler role. So all these fun elements, I'm sure they will add to the value, to the interest of the people who are attending those open houses. As Ralph C. Medley says, we learn best in the moments of enjoyment. So that's the best learning ground if we have a little fun also in these serious kind of open houses. Another tip for success that I got out of these four presenters is planning. Of course, without planning, you cannot go anywhere. That's the first step to success. If you plan well, you are definitely going to succeed. And one thing that I liked in Toastmaster Soha's presentation was that they planned and did share the contact details of the organizers with the attendees so that they can contact anytime. One thing that I liked in DTM Kapil's open house was that the teamwork was very good. I myself was present in that open house, so I could see how much work had been done by the different team players. Teamwork is what makes the dream work, as they say. So teamwork is very important. And the thing that I liked best in DTM Shukri's open house was an innovative venue. Even in Toastmaster Omar's, going to a station, going to a mall, these are wonderful or innovative ideas for looking for a venue if you are having the necessary permissions. With that, I would like to end this workshop. And if anyone has any questions, please, you can say it now if time permits, or you can send it to the CGT team and they can get back to me. Do we have the time, CGT, or MC? Do we have the time for any questions?
No, we are already over time. So I request to all the attendees, if you have any questions, please do contact our CGT team. We will surely take your question personally.
Thank you, MC, and over to you for the rest of the meeting.